Good day, good day, good day, my spiritually savage family. How we doing today? It is May 21st, about 8:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting out here, collecting my thoughts like I do every morning, sitting on my favorite green thing. Yeah, I got a little bird poop on here, but I'm okay with that. Y'all remember sitting on the green thing when y'all was teenagers? That's where we congregated at in the apartment complex. Anywho, I wanted to say, channel, provide some information, some tactics, and just some real time, real life spiritual warfare situation scenario. Because I still reside with other people's energy, you know, things will arise. Because at this point in my life and on my journey, I've worked hard. I beat the devil. I faced the devil. I face the devil every day. But I refuse to let someone else's unhappiness take away from my joy. And so there was an incident. There's always an incident, and I generally just ignore. But it's been, you know, so let me put it to you for your benefit and not just speak about it from my perspective. On your journey in your life, you're going to deal with people who have not been enlightened, have not been awakened, awoke, however you say it. They've not been introduced to themselves, okay? You are being introduced to yourself. So you see things from a different perspective. You see things from a spiritual perspective. You see things clearly, more clearly, and it's more disturbing only because you're not in it with them anymore, okay? So, when you come across difficult people and difficult situations, i.e., whether they be examples, your family, your co-workers, your friends, as long as you are happy, as long as you are content with yourself, as long as you are living in your divine purpose, and you are ignoring the BS, you are ignoring the slights, you are ignoring the jabs, you are ignoring, oh, hey, I'm gonna come get you, and then, no, I can't do it, and it happens twice in a row. When you ignore those things, they will get increasingly mad, okay? And they will begin to act out. And that's only because you are withdrawing your light, you are withdrawing your energy from them. And so when you have an incident, when someone lashes out at you, it is so easy to lash back out. But understand, if you do that, you are feeling their energy. And what transpired today, I just realized I just had an epiphany today. Someone intentionally left their alarm going off, okay? On purpose, early in the morning. Now, I'm generally up in the morning because Lucky wakes up. But I didn't get in the house until 3 o'clock. All the signs was there. I should have saw it, but I was still groggy and tired. They intentionally left the alarm go off. And so I shouted upstairs to the kids, can you turn the alarm off? But it wasn't the kids. And I said, oh, okay. But instead of this person turning off their alarm, they allowed it to keep going intentionally. I didn't get mad. All I said was, can you turn your alarm off, please? And what I got back was very forceful. I thought to respond. It was very forceful, very rude, very disrespectful. I thought multiple ways to respond. I even thought of multiple ways to be like, you know what? Let me have a conversation. But it wasn't the right time. You'll know when it's the right time because it won't be forced. It will just happen. And I recognized in that moment that if I did that, it would be me forcing it. So I just put on some meditation music. That's how I dealt with that. You have to have grace and mercy for those who have not woken up as of yet, okay? You have to. That is why you are here. You are here to teach them grace and mercy. And we teach that through our actions. Understand, I'm raising my hand. I am still learning that because I am one to bark first. I would have returned that energy so quick, really, and it wouldn't have ended well. But I am not in that place and I don't want to be brought to that place. But a couple of factors happened. I got a late start yesterday. My own expectations, no one else's. My favorite sandwich shop closed before I could get there, and I haven't had any meat of any sort, no seafood or anything, and I wanted a shrimp po' boy. They were closed. I got there right when they were closing. Like, I missed it by maybe 8 or 9 minutes or so. What else happened? Didn't get to go to the grocery store yesterday. Now, I'm on borrowed time because I don't have a car, so I was borrowing my sister's car. And so I had a list of things that I wanted to do and accomplish. So, you know how it is when you own someone else's time. So a lot of factors came into play that came up to this morning. Because I did yell upstairs. I was like, Imani, CJ, can y'all turn y'all alarm off? I could have said it a different way. But I was slightly irritated and I didn't get any sleep because I got in at 1 o'clock in the morning washing my clothes that took 2 hours because I hadn't washed in a month. That's a whole nother story. So it's safe to say that I was probably a little aggy. And then Lucky wakes up at his normal time because, yeah, he done slept all day. And I was irritated. And then the blaring alarm was like the icing on the cake, right? But I recognized where my energy was at and why I was irritated and why I came more forceful to the children. See, karma works real quick sometimes. I apologize to God about that. I did. Because I didn't mean to be forceful with them. I really didn't. But when you recognize where you are at, you must also recognize where other people are at. And you do not have to meet them with the same energy. I'm actually telling you, don't meet them with the same energy. Do not meet them with the same energy, okay? Because it will do more damage to you and your spirit and your heart than them. Actually, it will give their heart a jump because they're wanting to bring conflict. They sense that you are pulling away. They sense that you are leaving. They sense, energetically, they feel it now, okay? They feel it now. You may be in the same situation where I am currently, where you are there. You may not have anything at the moment materialistic as far as, someone's looking, morning, darling. If someone's looking on the outside looking in, they probably looking at you like, oh my goodness, what? They're probably like, I don't know what I would do. That's if you're in the same situation as me, okay? Meaning, no job. It's all materialistic though. And I've been saying this whole year that, I've worked the hardest the past 2 years than I have in my entire life. And that is some real shit. I wanted to say something, but you get what I'm saying, even if you're a kid watching it. When someone say that, it was real. This is the hardest I have ever worked in my entire life. And I have done nothing but really sit still and deal with, contend with, isolate myself, isolate every emotion that I was feeling, trying to decide who I am and who I want to be. Because who I was, I didn't want to be that no more. Not at all. And so you're going to face challenges, darling. And the most opposition, the most challenges are going to come, the most problems. You see any more words I can come up with so you can get what I'm going to tell you. They're going to be challenged. They're going to be trials and tribulations. They're going to be obstacles. They're going to be blow-ups. They're going to be flare-ups. They're going to be conflicts. It's going to be a lot of that. And it's going to mainly come from your inner circle. Unfortunately, that's just the way it has to be. There's no other way around it. So you're going to start seeing people who you thought were down for you, but you're going to start hearing the slick shit that come out their mouth. And understand, they really are sleepwalking. They really don't know. Because when you go back and say, you said this, they're like, no, I didn't. But I have a photographic memory, damn near. And so I can recall exactly what you said and what I said and then what you said and then what I said and what time it was and who was around and who was standing where. Yeah, that's how my mind works. So my mind is definitely a gift. I want to say a blessing, but you all know what come on the other side of that, but I won't speak that over because it's not a curse, although sometimes it feels like it because you are afflicted. That's what feeling cursed is. So instead of saying curse, I'll say afflicted because you are afflicted. God actually chose you to do something, and that means to stand tall, stand strong against your friends, your enemies, for what you know is right for yourself and your journey and your path. And because they feel it in the spirit first, because they feel it energetically, because you're not feeding into none of the drama. You're not feeding into none of the lead ways. You're not feeding into none of the fake injuries. You're not feeding into none of the tantrums. You're not feeding into none of the outbursts. None of that. You're not feeding into none of that. You are not having it. You are laser focused on your goal, your dreams, where you want to see your life. That is where your focus is. And understand, it is the enemy. It is the negative enemy. If you believe in the devil, it's the devil, darling. They don't want you to reach your highest potential. And so they will surround you with narcissists. They will surround you with people that want to drain your energy with fake questions that they already know the answers to, with, hey, how you doing? Only they just want to know what's going on in your life, and then you don't hear from them no more. Things like that. But it's a part of the lesson. I don't like it either. Hell, what you think? Because I'm sitting here telling you about it and talking about it, and I'm calm. You think I'm okay with it? I ain't okay with that. Not at all. I want to be surrounded by people that love me, that support me, that see pain and understand it and talk to me and care and ask me how my day going. I don't get none of that, and I ain't got none of that my whole life. But I'm not mad about it. I understand where it come from. Because how can I expect them to do that for me when they not doing it for themselves? And I see them right now not doing it for themselves. Because at one point, I was fighting though, y'all. Listen, 25, going to school, bought my first house. I was on the road until I met a man. I ain't ready to tell that story yet. I guess somebody want me to be ready, or they don't want me to be ready. But I ain't ready to tell that story yet. I'm still processing that. And no matter how long it take you to process stuff, do not feel guilty about it. I'm feeling guilty about it now because I keep saying to myself, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. But that's why God stripped me, because he knew if I had all that stuff, I'd be doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that and not listening to what he's trying to tell me. So if you've come across this message, darling, you are supposed to be sitting still and not doing this and not doing that and not doing this and not doing that. You're not supposed to. Not supposed to at all. Took me 45 years to learn that, darling. Don't let that be your life. Okay? It's all right, I know. I don't like it either. Trust me. Trust me. You watching these videos now, and to you I may seem so calm. I may seem so together. I may seem so like, okay, yeah, from the outside looking in, if a layperson who wasn't inclined to the spirit and understood what God was doing when he isolate, separate, and strip you bare naked, humiliate you in public and all that good stuff, because it is good to be afflicted in the end, you understand? But when you're going through the process, it don't feel good. But yeah, I don't like it either. And I'm going to look you in your face. Because when I'm talking, I like to just, my face distracts me. So I'll look at a bird while I'm talking. But let me be honest with you, I don't like it either. And if you knew me when I was sleepwalking, because I was still awoke, but I was being manipulated energetically, so it was like I was in a fog. That's what it felt like. I will say that. When you are under a spell, when you are having black magic performed on you to keep you stuck, to keep you bound, to keep you hindered, to keep you from ascending, to keep you from moving yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, from people who no longer serve you, from situations that no longer serve you. I'm not all the way together. I still have a habit or two that I talk to God every day about, and that I'm working towards. It's okay. But when you are doing those things, understand you're going to feel like you are in a fog. You're going to feel like, why am I doing this? I question myself every day, especially since for 25 years or so I didn't do none of it. And so right now I'm battling one that I'm doing now. Yeah. I picked that habit up at 30. I did not start smoking until I was 30 years old, yo. Yeah. And now I realize it was influenced. So they're still doing magic, but I'm covered and protected. They're not doing nothing but helping me give y'all messages, so I'll take it. One for the team. I'm strong. It doesn't bother me. Someone told me that I'm used to pain, but they said it in a teaching moment because it was as if I had gotten complacent. Because it's the norm. It was the norm for me, but it was an illusion. My body being in pain was an illusion, because that wasn't me. Me being confused and not being able to remember the dictionary I read when I was a kid, that was an illusion. So I'm just now coming out of it and coming into my own and finding my way back. And it's a struggle, because in the midst of finding my way back, I have to deal with people who are still lost and trying to find their way back. And I say it's a struggle because you have to not take it personal. And I am learning that day by day. I'm learning on ways to deal with that without responding with the same energy that they give me, because that is not my energy. I really don't have anything to be mad about. I really don't. I don't have anything to be upset about, jealous about, or anything. Because in the middle of a pandemic for 2 years, I have sat still and not worked a lick. I've done, hair here and there, made a pie, did some hair, stuff like that. But I have not had a 9 to 5. And if you don't know me, but if you do know me, you know. I've worked my whole life. Corporate America too. I refuse to go back to corporate America. It no longer serves me. So if you find yourself in corporate America at this moment, and you are at a point in your life where you're deciding on whether or not you're going to make a change, yeah, take this as a sign. It's time to do it. I didn't heed the call over 45 years, and every time I got fired, God was trying to bring me to him, and I didn't listen. Because I didn't think it was God. I thought it was the devil trying to hinder me from making that bag. But money isn't everything, darling. That's a message. Money isn't everything. It's not. Peace of mind is more so, because a lesson, okay, this is a message. One of the lessons I've learned in the 2 years is that I've had money. And I'm going to have money again, but I've had money and I still was not at peace in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul. Something was still missing. It was a missing link. I thought, and to be honest, I thought it was because I always wanted to be married and have children. I thought that's what was missing. But in order for me to have that, and for it to be productive, and for it to be fruitful, and for it to be successful, I don't even know if I said that, but if I did, that means it was supposed to. But I did not want to repeat the sins of my foremothers and forefathers. I did not. And I said that to God. Which meant, without even knowing, I unwillingly, because if I'd have known what I was going to go through, I probably wouldn't have. I'm just going to be honest. I willingly and unwillingly, because we determine our path in the spirit as well. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But if I'd have known consciously that I would lose everybody that I love and everybody that I trusted with my heart, I trusted them, that I would lose them and that they would not still be receptive of this day, even to this day. But I see them coming around. I see them. As long as I continue my growth, then they will as well, because they will feed off my energy. They will still lash out though, and I get it. Just because I get it don't mean I tolerate it. But I know when to pick and choose my battles. Know when to pick and choose your battles, love. The purpose is not to win all the battles. The purpose is to win the war. And remember, the war is not against flesh and blood, meaning it's not against your friends and your family. So basically, that's what this whole message is about. I just gave you examples on how it's going to come about at you, or possibly one scenario or couple. That is what spiritual warfare looks like. It doesn't look like the devil coming to you. It doesn't look like somebody trying to shoot you, or that may be part of it as well. If they're doing black magic to end your life, a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. Personal experience, yeah. But spiritual warfare is spiritual warfare of your mind and of your heart. The devil, the negative, whatever, the higher ups, the 1%, the ones that feed off your energy, the ones that use you as a battery, okay? Them. They want to keep you stuck, and the way they do that is by keeping your heart and your mind in total conflict. Your mind is saying one thing, but your heart is saying something else. That's conflict. That's unbalance. I lived that life. 45 years, but 20 very, very, very intense. And I remember saying to a homegirl at one point in time that I'm in the Excel program. I'm in the accelerated program, because it was like boom, 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 boom. It was like, God was like, I need you to be someplace at a specific point in time, and it's the best way I know how to get you there. Sorry, pumpkin. Oh, shoot. Listen, you gotta have a sense of humor, okay? Cry through the tears, honey. Cry through the tears. It's okay. I've cried through many a tears. You may even feel delirious, like you losing your mind. You are losing your mind, but you're coming right back to it. You losing a piece of your mind that is not even your mind. You are losing that programming. You are losing the negative thoughts that people instilled in you since you was a kid. Or you just like your mama, or you just like your grandmama, or you just like your daddy, or you ain't never gonna be none, or you gonna have a bunch of babies by the time you 13, or you stupid, or you dumb, or you ignorant. Whatever they said, honey, that is the part of your brain you are getting rid of. I'm celebrating right now. Because you know what? There was a point in time where something that happened like today would have just sent me on a whole emotional, like, okay, well, what can I do? Ah, fuck that. Excuse my language, children. But no, no, no. Today is going to be a glorious day. Today is already a glorious day. So no matter where you are at, no matter where you at in your journey, I was correct the first time. I was just about to correct my English, but no. No matter where you are at in your journey, my darling, my love, my sister, my brother, my niece, my nephew, my daughter, my son, no matter where you are at in your journey, there's always a reason to smile, I promise you, and it will get better. If you're at the beginning, ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a little rough, but you got this. You was built for it. Anybody who comes to my channel was built Tonka tough. Seriously. And if you don't know about Tonka, look it up. I'm an old head, but I'm a young soul. So, y'all got this. Y'all got this. It's just time to start strategizing. Time to start strategizing. It may be difficult because your brain has been foggy. You've been confused for a lot of time. It's okay. I'm here to tell you it's okay because I know it's going to be okay, because at least 2 years ago, if you're at the beginning, I was where you are at on this journey. God is isolating you right now for a purpose. It's not because He's mad. It's not because whatever you believe in the universe ain't mad at you. God is not mad at you. Yeshua is not mad at you. Allah is not mad at you. No, Jesus ain't mad at you. They're not mad. Your ancestors are not mad, but they are trying to get your attention. Listen, every negative thing that happens to you, it's not from the devil. And if it is, understand God will always use everything we go through. But you got to hold on tight to the end. I feel it. I'm almost close to the end. I don't know when, where, how, or what. Well, I do know the what, and I do know the why. But the when, I don't know. The where, I really don't know. And the how, I do know that God gonna do it. Why? Because I deserve it. What? So I can help y'all. By me helping myself, I'm helping y'all. I am doing what I love, actually, except I'm just doing it on a channel. I've been doing this my whole life. Spreading knowledge, giving information, wanting people to just be better. Just be better. Just to know you can be happy. No matter what trials and tribulations you are going through, you can be happy. Why? Because happiness does not come from the material world. It comes from the spiritual world. I didn't understand that, but I get it now. I do. Because I want peace of mind before I want any money. Because I've had money and my mind been messed up. I don't want that. I want peace with my heart and my mind working together. But you can't let your mind control you. And that's how we was raised. To think. No, you got to feel